10 most dangerous roads in the world. 10. The Tribhuvan Highway, Nepali. 174 kilometers long, connects the Nepalese capital, Kathmandu, with the city of Bukhara. It passes near many landmarks, including Mount Annapurna, which is the 10th highest mountain in the world. But exciting scenes seen by this comes with high cost. According to Yanni Foley, who is from Las Vegas and she had previously passed in that highway, she said in addition to beautiful scenes that abound in the Himalayan region, you will see the vehicles which ended up to the river bottoms. Foley added that this worth to do ride in one direction, but she decided to returning to Kathmandu on the plane rather expect that unlucky again on the way back. 9. Transfăgărășan, Romania. 90 kilometers long, wraps around the top of the highest Romanian Carpathian mountain. It is dangerous due to its steep curves, sudden steeps and subways. It was held in the 70s of the last century by Nicolae Cerceau. To the Roman army used in the wars, it had been used more than 6 million kilograms of explosives for construction. 8. Road number 1, Afghanistan. In the past it known as Circle Road, length of 2,200 kilometers, it crosses through Mazar, Kabul, Kandahar and several other cities. The connecting area between Kabwe and Jalalabad consider the most dangerous roads in the world, where it passes through the areas controlled by the Taliban, and had traps, mines and bad weather most of the year. 7. Air, Australia. There is no valleys on the sides of this road nor dangerous curves, but walking on Erie Road with a length of 684 miles, had many risks like animals that crossed it. One tourist said that you can see kangaroos, emu birds and beauties. From this perspective, the nature of wild that make threats. 6. Karakoram Highway, Pakistani. Pakistani government called this mountain pass Friendship Road, but that there is nothing expresses this name. It's the highest altitude in the world, with a 4,800 meters above sea level, and reaches Pakistan to China through the valley Khorjab and Mount Angbarbat, which is the mountain of death, and is characterized by avalanches and the landslides and frequent floods during the seasons of the year. 5. Madagascar's National Road 5. If we talked about the National Road No. 5, which runs from north to south, connecting Morvomstra city and Saanarana-Ivongo, along the east coast of the African continent, could be here to advise wishing to travel on this road and his car needs to use the driver and technician repair cars at the same time. If one feels bored, driving the car on this road, which he describes as the worst in the world, will be a way to change that feeling. Passing this way, which does not exceed a length of 200 kilometers, it takes about 24 hours by car, since there are areas covered with sand, and the other by solid rock, and a third where bridges obsolete macerated there, which should motorists on this road previewed before attempting to cross. 4. The North Yungas Road, Bolivia. One of the most dangerous roads in the world, with a length of 60 kilometers known as Highway of Death, built by the government in 1930 using Albaragoan prisoners to work. Despite the lack of safety barriers on the road, the cars cross on both sides, and which increases the severity of thick fog in the presence of most of the year, killed thousands of people in previous years when crossing the road. 3. Rodang Road, India. The term Rodang, literally a pile of bodies, it is derived from the deadly mudslides that often cover this highway, actually at an altitude of up to 4,000 meters in the east of India, the Himalayan region's name. Not to mention what is seen in this region of the volatile weather conditions cannot be predicted by the public, such as the occurrence of snowstorms and avalanches surprise. The tunnel is being drilled with a length of 8 kilometers under the corridor, so as to provide a safe alternative to it if it was closed by snow. 2. Guoliang Road Tunnel, China. With decades-long climb the mountain on foot, is the only way to get to the small village of Guoliang, located on the top of a cliff in eastern China Taiyang Mountains. And after the government rejected the construction of a road to ensure access to the village, which led to that actually turns into a ghost area, the residents decided to undertake this task on their own. In the period between 1972 and 1977, use of the village's population of explosives and shovels to dig their own tunnel, which runs the length of 1,200 meters, and some of them lost his life during the drilling process. As the tunnel was dug, a grave, involving driving through it on the seriousness as well. Valsargoleang inside the tunnel, which is located on the end of a cliff and not more than presented to 4 meters, is particularly in the period following the fall of rain is very serious, because it becomes very slippery for the road. 1. Zojila Road, India. In the winter season, ridden strong winds and the snow covers Zojila, which is located on Towering Passageway Corridor, one of the most dangerous roads in the world, and is dangerous in the narrow way in slopes sharp and the absence of any barriers among people in this way down between the valleys adjacent.